So, welcome to another Briar-Side Chat. This is pretty exciting. It's our first one of these to do really with both of us together, not by Zoom. I've got my dear friend here, Sam from Indiana, a good friend of mine, although we are not in Indiana right now, are we?
We are not.
We are in Panama Beach, Florida. In fact, you're going to hear the waves behind us off the balcony of where we're staying here. So, Sam, go ahead and tell me maybe what you've got in your pipe. I'm going to give mine a light, and then we'll talk about what I've got in here, and we'll just kind of see where this goes.
Steve, I've got a pipe tobacco in here. And I honestly couldn't tell you what kind it is. You got it?
So you have a pipe tobacco.
Yes.
Now, is this one of the pipe tobaccos that I gave you?
Yes.
Then it's going to be either a Captain Black Gold, I think, or it's Captain Black Gold. Okay, Captain Black Gold. And I have got a new one here. It is a Virginia. That I got with you actually just probably about an hour or so ago at a really neat shop here in Panama City.
And what was that gentleman's name?
His name was Michael Robinson. Michael Robinson, Florida Cigar and Tobacco is the name of the shop. In fact, we'll probably do a separate episode just on him. I've got my Perkins Pipes Bent Brandy, and if I'm not mistaken,
Also a Perkins Pipes
Bent Brandy. That's what you've got as well, yeah.
Yep.
So talk to us a little bit. I know that you are fairly new into
Very new.
the piping thing.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit as to why. Why have you kind of started to get interested in the piping hobby?
Because I have a good friend that's into the piping business. And I just thought it was kind of a neat way to, just in a hectic lifestyle that we all have, right? Pipes just kind of help reinforce that slow down, take it easy. And the day that we just had being out on a pontoon boat that was purposely slow, again, this is just an extension of slowing it down and taking life a little easier. So
So many people say that. We talk about that. So many pipe groups online will talk about that exact thing. Now, I want to talk about something else, though, because you've got some sons who are not necessarily interested in piping, but they are interested in something else tobacco related.
right, they for whatever reason they like cigars, and they're fascinated by them. And again, we're not big smokers. We don't, devote a lot of time to this, but but it's a chance to do something with them and connect in a way that something that they enjoy. So we've tonight at this cigar shop, I bought the pipe shop. We bought a cigar. I'll take that back, and we'll just spend time with the boys out back, just kind of kicking back, relaxing, talking. So it's just a way to connect with them.
One of the things you and I talk about so often is our sons. You've got 4 sons. I've got a son and a daughter. And as we were talking with Michael Robinson there at the Florida Cigar and Pipe Shop, we talked a little bit about kind of the manly connection with this stuff. And certainly there are women who smoke cigars, women who smoke pipes. Again, I think I gave you a shout out once before, Carolina Rose, so a little shout out to you there, and many other women who enjoy this hobby, but there is kind of something manly about it. And I certainly don't mean that exclusively, but there's something about where men can enjoy the company of men, fathers enjoy the company of sons. In today's world, you're a business guy, you're an IT guy. Why do you think that is so important?
Just that manly connection.
Yeah.
I just think sometimes guys need, and we kind of saw this in this shop that we were at tonight. It was a cigar lounge, and And I think Mike did a nice job of kind of pointing out the fact that it's just a chance for guys to sit back and just talk about things that maybe they don't get a chance to talk about. And so it's just a chance for guys to be guys. And I think this is a good opportunity with my boys. It's just a chance for us to sit around and do something that kind of feels really that's been around for quite a long time.
Well,
right? I mean,
it certainly has been around for a long time, and I again, you and I talk about this so often, but I just think there's value in women being with other women, men being with men, older women being with girls and showing them the ropes, what it means to be a woman. Older men being with boys, showing them what it means to be a man, how to grow up into that. And you know, as the father of a daughter, I'm going to add that it's a blessing and a benefit to our daughters that our young men know how to be young men,
right?
And proper kinds of young men.
Yeah.
And obviously, I do the things I do with my son. You do the things you do with your sons, for their sake. But I know, like in my own case, I'm hoping there's some other guys who are out there doing that with their sons for my daughter's sake.
Right, and I think that's where, and it matters not what it is. I think for guys, I learned this long ago in a men's ministry that men aren't going to sit and talk over a table with a cup of coffee. But you put something in their hands, a hammer, a screwdriver, you give them a task, and men will stand side by side of another man and share his whole life. And so again, that's why I think it's important, dads with sons, men with other men, just to hang out and do something like pipes or whatever it is, but to connect with other guys. And I think it's just more important in today's, I think, largely artificial world of social contacts and social media and electronic media, that just that real social interaction, particularly over a pipe or sometimes pipes and your favorite beverage go to well, and so, but again, it's just a chance to kind of slow the time down and connect with another person in a real meaningful way.
And again, you were talking about just the fooling around with something in your hand, be it a pipe, be it a tool. It might be a golf club. The idea that we do like to fidget with stuff. We like to, have our hands occupied in some way. And I certainly think that is part of it. Now, one thing I want to give a quick shout out to so many people, both on Pipe Cottage Social and on several of the the Facebook pipe groups. When we were getting ready to come down here to Florida, I was asking questions. Hey, what's the advice in terms of packing pipes and tobacco and so forth to take on a plane? We had no trouble, so we flew Southwest. Yep. You put your pipe and tobacco in your check-on
luggage.
I carried mine in my my carry-on. Had no problem. Now, I did not bring my pipe tool. You did.
I did.
You brought your pipe tool here, and as far as you know, there's no problem. No TSA indication that they messed with your stuff.
And again, it was checked luggage, so you don't have access to it, so it's just not a danger. We did not, however, bring the lighter. Picked up a quick little Bic at Walmart, and so that worked fine. So, thank you to everybody who gave some advice on that. Appreciate that. Obviously that worked well. So let me ask you. Again, you haven't been into this very long, and listen, you're not offending me or anybody if the answer is not that much. But how would you say you've been enjoying it? Do you enjoy it? Yes, no, maybe so. No.
Kind of where are you on that?
Yeah, to me, it's more about finding some time. And this weekend, we're celebrating our wedding anniversaries. We've got some pretty big ones, and so it's kind of exciting. And time has really slowed down, and we're having a chance to enjoy this. During the week, it's really hard to find that time, right? To get away and light up, and
Sure.
and so and yeah, but I do enjoy it. It is something that's, I'm very new at this, so I'm still starting to learn and discover. But
Yeah.
it is kind of fun to sit around and, like I said, whether it's this or a cigar with the boys, it's a lot of fun.
Right. Well, and I'm going to come back to our friend, new friend here, Michael from Florida, Cigar and Tobacco, and we'll put a link to his website in the show notes here. But some of the things that he was talking about, some of the same things in terms of enjoying the pipe. Now he's got a nice lounge in his shop, a place where you can come in, enjoy a pipe, enjoy a cigar in a nice environment. Maybe you just want to get out of the house, or maybe you can't smoke in your house, and it becomes a nice thing. It certainly it can be tough to find that time and to carve that time out. And you mentioned it a few minutes ago, but the four of us, your wife, my wife, you, and I, really enjoyed today on a pontoon boat. And, we were talking about speedboats, and that would be so much fun to rent a speedboat, and I think
Right.
it would be. But there was something fun about the pontoon.
Absolutely.
And again, as you were saying, kind of that slow, relaxing, we were out for about 4 hours, but just really enjoyed that kind of dynamic together.
No, it's something, because you don't have the ability to go fast. You're in a pontoon boat, so you are purposely, you've got an artificial governor holding you back. And I sometimes think that's kind of what's needed in our lives, is that, and I think God tells us that to slow down, just take us some time off, rest and relax. And it certainly doesn't tell us to enjoy a pipe, but I do think you have to be meaningful and you have to be purposeful. And that was one of those things that today is very clear to us, that we're not going to go any faster than this boat. So we're just going to enjoy our time.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, and you think about the Sabbath, right? You got that built in one day every 7. It's supposed to be for rest, and you think about Matthew 11:28. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy burdened, and I will give you what? Rest." And certainly nowhere do you have a hurry up sort of mindset in the Bible. If anything, you see Jesus taking time out, being slow, enjoying food with the disciples, getting out by himself, and that sort of thing. Obviously, one of the things we're challenged with right now, you and I both here trying to get the lighter going. We got some wind coming in off the ocean, but man, it's such a nice evening here.
You couldn't ask for a better night to sit back. We've got a full moon, so you're able to see. It's nice. It's nice to sit here with you. And
Yeah. Well, and I gotta say, I like this because I've done other episodes of the Briar-Side Chat, which have all been was by Zoom with different people from around the country. And so, like I said, it's the first one to do kind of in person, and so glad that it's with you, my brother. So love you, as you know that. Love you and your wife, and enjoy a nice pipe and a chat.
All right. Hey.
Yep.